This Christmas, and as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. We getting ready. Fireside is blazing bright. We caroling through the night.
Hey peeps, so we are back with a video where I am editing, so please bear with me since this is a type of video I've never done before. Also, you might hear a whining dog in the background, so sorry if that's a little off-putting, but it's nothing I can really do about it right now. But this is me editing one of my last videos, one of the inspired 1950s videos for Marilyn Monroe or Dorothy Dandridge. I don't know which one this one is, but what I'm doing here is I am just trying to see where I'm going to start and stop the clip. So then I use Command B to cut. So that will cut right where that red line is. And then I went ahead and selected what I didn't want and I deleted it. So you just have to select it and hit the delete button. I am editing on a Mac, and this is Final Cut Pro that I'm editing on. So then what you see me doing right here, I'm just kind of listening to the clip because with me recording it, I kind of like know where things are. So, okay, I've decided that I don't want that because I probably repeated myself. And so I went ahead and did Command B and deleted that clip. So now we're watching it. So I always make sure that I watch my clips all the way through. And then I'm needing to go out because what I'm going to do in this video is go to the links that I already have. I already found my inspiration. So now I am going to Shift Command 4 to go ahead and do a screenshot of this dress. And I think this is actually the Marilyn Monroe video. And then I'm going to my Instagram because that is where I have the pictures of Marilyn Monroe. I just realized that I also need to go ahead and get the Marilyn Monroe pictures. So I'm going to screenshot those as well, doing Shift Command 4. So I saved the pictures of Marilyn Monroe. So we're going to get to those. Okay, here we are. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the dress that is actually the inspo picture. Shift Command 4. And I'm selecting, so you drag on your keypad for the actual picture that you're trying to get. And then I am going into where it is saved, so it's going to save automatically to the desktop. I'm sure you can pick where you want your screenshots to automatically save to, but I just have mine going to the desktop. And then you can just drag it in. So I set up my screen in a way where I can just go ahead and drag it right on in. No extra business needed. And then I drag in the other dress, which is the first inspo dress. And now I am going to go back to Final Cut. Make that screen bigger, mostly just for y'all for this video. And now what I'm having to do is I am clicking that square that is on the left next to that magic wand. So that is the first drop down option from that square is what is getting me all of those blue dots around the picture. So that is what I need in order to move that picture around and change the size. And the second option on that drop down is where you're able to crop. And I'm dragging out the picture so it is a longer length that it's staying on the actual screen for the video. And I'm watching it back, so you always want to make sure you're double checking everything you're doing and watching it back, making sure it's what you want it to be. So now we're going to move on to the next dress. So this one, I don't believe I need to crop. I'm just going to make it smaller. And see, I accidentally clicked on the actual video frame. So right now I'm just trying to edit. So that blank space where you don't see any actual wave forms or wavelengths, that means that I wasn't talking. So I decided I'm going to cut all of that out. So I did Command B and selected what I wanted to delete and then hit the delete button. Now I am Command B on the ends of that silence. So I needed to edit that to figure out exactly where I'm going to place the picture for the red dress. So now I'm changing the size, moving it to where I want it to be. And bing, bada, boom. Now I'm going to go ahead and stretch it out so it can stay on the screen longer. Okay, so we have another blank space with no audio wavelengths. So I am just deleting that blank space where I'm not saying anything, because my throat was hurting when I was recording this video, so I had to keep stopping. And you can see like me getting frustrated. So I delete that, Command B on both ends, select and delete. Then I go ahead and bring back the red dress because I don't want it to be on there that long. And now I'm trying to pull up another dress which just would not pull up. So this lets you see like the issues that you have sometimes when you're trying to edit, or like just in the creative space in general, because this would not come up. But what I realized later on after the fact, unfortunately, is that that was opening it up in Safari instead of opening it up in Chrome. So that's the real reason why that link wouldn't open, is because when you're going automatically from Notepad, it pulls it up in Safari for some reason. But that website is only compatible with Chrome. So in the next video that I edited, I was able to eventually figure that out and then just put the link in Chrome, and then everything was fine. But unfortunately for this video, I did not realize that. So I like just kept trying, and then ultimately I had to find a workaround and just had to go on my phone, pull the website up, and then send it to myself through Google, through the Google Drive. Okay, so I am seeing that there is a blank space, so I Command B, go to the end. And the thing is that you want to kind of clip when you take a breath. Like, you don't want your breaths in there. So I Command B, select the clip that I want gone, and hit the delete button. And that's like most of editing. There isn't a whole lot more if you are just doing like basic edits. And I wanted y'all to come along with me on this whole process of editing to show y'all like how long it really takes to edit in real time. But I do think I am going to cut this down now that I'm actually like doing the voiceover and everything, because it is pretty repetitive for the most part. But also I couldn't get the full video anyway. Because I was screen recording through QuickTime Player, and it was causing my actual Final Cut Pro program to like stall. So sometimes when things aren't working within Final Cut Pro, what you have to do is go ahead and just exit out of Final Cut and bring it back up. So this is me I'm trying to get on to another website, it's not working. So I end up eventually just like moving on to one that actually does work. And then I have to go back later and actually add in with the workaround that I told y'all about. So I'm Shift Command 4 to go ahead and do my screenshot, selecting what I want. And my Marilyn Monroe video is doing really good, so shout out to you all. Appreciate it. Love to see it. Me still trying to get this to work because I'm just like, what is the problem? Can't believe, I wish I really would have realized in the first place that the problem was the fact it was opening up in Safari. Wish I would have realized that. Also, I want to do this video over again because this was my first time, and you know, I just wanted to be helpful and show y'all how to edit in real time. But I realized kind of a better way to film, but I couldn't do it this time around just because a lot of my stuff is SD cards and everything is running out of space. So didn't really have the capacity to do it this time, even if I would have thought about it in the first place. So you can see here that I go ahead and pull up my documents, but then it takes me out of the screen because I have Final Cut in full screen. So what I do is I use 3 fingers on my mouse pad to slide back over, go ahead and make it smaller so then I can have everything on the same screen because I'm trying to pull in a screenshot. Actually, it's a screen recording, so you can screen record. I didn't show y'all this because the computer was acting up, but you can screen record and actually select a part of the screen. So it's kind of like taking your screenshot, but just with QuickTime Player to do the screen recording. So you kind of just select it by dragging the mouse and selecting what area you want to record. And so then I drug in the video from the documents and I'm placing it where I want. I'm using the drop down that's right next to that magic marker that's right below me on the editing screen. And then I just wanted it up longer, so then I did Command C and then Command V to copy and then paste it. So Command C to copy, Command V to paste. And using these keyboard shortcuts is going to be very helpful. And pay attention to the timestamp of when we started editing, where we are at right now. Right now in the video, it's 10:31 p.m. So we actually started at 10 o'clock. So we're already 30 minutes into editing. And if you look on the actual timer on the Final Cut Pro editing program, we are only 4 minutes into the actual edited part of the video. So we might have went through way more footage. We probably went through maybe like 15 minutes of footage, but we only have 4 minutes of actual edited video that we're keeping. So the way that I am able to see the full timeline is because I hit Shift Z. So if you have Shift Z, you can see everything. Then I'm going to like that clock at the top, just showing y'all that it's like rendering. It's kind of taking everything you've done and loading it in. So 9 times out of 10, you do want to kind of wait for everything to render before you like exit and stuff like that. But I'm also showing you how I'm moving throughout the actual timeline. So I am using my keypad, and when I am zooming in, I'm taking my fingers from together, like my pointer finger and my middle finger from together to moving outwards. And then when I want to make it smaller, I'm going from the V and moving the fingers back together. So that is how I am zooming in and zooming out. But I do believe, I'm not 100% on this one, you could either do Z or Command Z to also get the actual symbol for the zoom and then like click. but if you have a mouse pad, you can just do it with your fingers. It's way quicker. I'm going back through, and all the pictures that I had to add with my workaround, I'm going ahead and figuring out how long those need to be and moving those where they need to go. And like this one wasn't from the workaround, but I hadn't moved it even though I put it in the timeline. Okay, so just check the timestamp, 12:07 a.m. So I have already been editing for 2 hours, and I am done editing. The video, if you look at the full amount of time, actually I don't know if it's showing the full amount of time right here. I think it's saying the full amount of time is 14 minutes and 3 seconds, and that is when I added in my intro and everything for Vlogmas. So actually, I think I just cut something, so it's at 13 minutes and 56 seconds, and then I am showing you how I bounce it out. I do Shift Z, Command E, and then that box pops up, and those are all of my specs, and that's it. And that is the end of editing the video. It isn't everything like I intended it to be, like just a real-time edit. It is real time for what you're seeing, but I wanted y'all to like kind of just do like a silent watch and kind of watch me edit. So I'm going to figure out a better way to do that for next time, but this is a little bit of some pointers and a video where you guys can just ask me some questions in the comments if you have any, and I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.